Hey everybody, welcome back to Battle Ready Inc. So this week's feature match is going to be Titamon versus Plutomon. Okay, both decks are very similar, yet at the same time completely different. They're all about using very certain cards to like take their 4 cost and reduce them down to basically 3 cost evos, so that way they can do all kinds of crazy shenanigans. And wow, these matches were grindy. Purple is grindy by itself, but some of the tricks that you can do with some of the new cards that are out just completely halt your opponent in what they're about to do. And when both decks are doing it at the same time, it's absolutely absurd, just the levels of like stalling that both decks can do to each other at the same time. So while I only recorded 3 games, this was the best game out of the 3. It could have been better, but it is still phenomenal. It's a little one-sided, but it's still definitely worth a watch. Don't forget our memory marker this month is going to be the Egg of Courage here. So all you Flame Dramon fans and Adventure 2 fans, this will make a great memory marker for you, just in general, but as well as we've just got all the reveals for these guys here just recently. I think this week and last week we got to see all kinds of great armor evolutions. So when BT8 rolls around, this is going to be a great memory marker to get your hands on for that. This is handmade out of clay, hand sculpted by my wife. If you want to get one of those, check the Patreon link. This is the last week to order one of those from Patreon. If you would like to order any of our previous memory markers that we've had on the channel, check the coffee link in the description below. There you can see all of the old memory markers that we've had. The benefit of going through Patreon, though, is that you get it a whole month early before it ever even goes live for sale on coffee. Also, you can typically sometimes get them even cheaper through Patreon, due to shipping and things like that, because it's all rolled into one on Patreon, so really nice. Alright, so kicking things off here, we got purple going first. I'm sure that's going to help there. Digivolving a Labramon on the new Sunamon. This new Sunamon, you're going to see so much crazy value. There we see the Wizardmon, which basically gives away that is the Plutomon deck going first. That new Wizardmon is absolutely insane. Here we're seeing the starter deck Gabumon going down instead of our classic on-deletion Gabumon. We're going to see a whole line of new plays. If you've seen any of our deck profiles yet for Purple for BT6, lots of changes for how Purple is played. There they're going to end it with a War Growlmon there. Really great for Titamon, allowing Titamon to swing twice. Here we're going to see Plutomon drop the new purple memory boost. It's going to reveal 4. They can add any purple Digimon card off of that, then delay 2. So on a follow-up turn, they can trash that option to gain 2 memory. Grabs the Labramon, basically kind of giving a tell that they have a Plutomon in hand already, I would definitely say. Going to pass that back over then to Titamon, putting them in a nice one to choke them out a little bit. So they're going to go ahead and start, probably going to promote up that, there they go, promote that War Growlmon. If they want to, lose something, so be it. Here we're going to see the Labramon get played now. Going to hard play it for 3, draw 1, trash 1. And this is where the fun begins. So we see Skull Greymon get discarded, and Skull Greymon's effect is when it gets discarded from the hand to the trash, you get to put it underneath any Digimon as a Digivolution source on your side of the field, and it gives anything you have retaliation. So putting it under Labramon's just kind of like a little cannon there. If anything gets suspended, Labramon's just going to clear it off the field. And then we are going to see that Memory Boost get played. Going to play a Labramon of their own over here. One of the best plays I think I'm enjoying so far is the draw 1 off the Labramon. Going to discard the Tactimon there. And discarding the Skull Greymon and putting it underneath the Labramon, and then putting the Skull Greymon underneath the Labramon, and then going on top of it with a Valmon, just like that. So, like, phenomenal combo. Just makes that's what's like the real stall tactic, is putting that retaliation underneath your blocker, any of your blockers, or even just under your rookies, or under anything. It's so powerful. Great effect. There we're going to see the Titamon come down, and on Digivolve, he's going to trash one card in hand, then gets to bring out any level 4 from the trash. So the level 4 just trash gets to discard it. And then Sunamon triggers there to draw a card because of a card being trashed. So great combinations there. Here we're going to see Plutomon probably feeling like they need to go ahead and act. That Titamon's out there. He's about to start putting in some serious work. So we're going to see the Plutomon come down on top of that Skull Greymon, just being a little bit memory efficient there. It gets to draw 3, 1 for the Evo and then 2 for the effect. And then here we're going to see the Hell's Gate come down and finish that Titamon off. Going to gain 1 back for that Wizardmon underneath as well. So great value going on there. Started the turn with 3 memory. Went all the way up into a Plutomon and was able to clear that Titamon off field. That is some solid work for sure. And then Purple just gonna Titamon just gonna keep it slow here. Throw down that Gazimon, shut off that Wizardmon. You don't want to see them getting too much value there. Here we're gonna see a Tsukaimon come down. Not a bad Evo. Or inheritable for Evos, and then just going to pass the turn back by evolving another Wizardmon out there, trying to get as many Wizardmons on field as possible that are live to make all those options super good. Now you do got to clear that Gazimon off field. Those memory blockers against Plutomon is super brutal. Here we're going to see that Devimon coming down on top of that Labramon now, so going to have a blocker with Retaliation is always terrifying. And then we're going to go into the Lady Devimon to pass turn. So we're going to draw 3, discard 2 off of that. Always nice. Crazy good draw power. And then with the discarding effects, even better now because we're going to see... there we're going to see the Skull Greymon come down again. So that's another Skull Greymon with giving Retaliation out there. And then... the draw 1 for the Sunomon there, and then the gain 1 memory off of the Genkakumon inheritable underneath that Lady Devi. Just all kinds of things triggering now. All kinds of things. It is great. Here we're going to see Plutomon. They're going to go to a Lady Devimon of their own here, so they're going to get some draws and discards. Going to discard 2 Skull Greymons off of that. So double Retaliation there. So now we have another blocker with Retaliation and another Lady Devimon with Retaliation. So both sides doing overall end goals are completely different. Also we see that draw for the Sunomon there, inheritable, only under 1 Digimon though. It's only going to get 1 draw, whereas the other side I think is about to start getting double. They've now got 2 Sunomons on field. Just the value is crazy. Here we see the white memory fixer come down. While the Eosmon effects are completely irrelevant, seeing a white memory fixer is just like a blaring sign of what you're about to be up against, like what is coming. If you don't know where I'm going with already, you will probably see it before the match is over with. Here we're going to see another Tsukaimon come down. And then followed up by a 3rd Wizardmon. Wow, okay. So, as soon as that Gazimon gets cleared off field, they're going to be in a very good position. Here we're going to see the mat come down. Going to grab something out of the trash. Get a memory fix of their own. Going to grab the Tactimon. Probably wants to evolve on top of that Lady Devi, because then the Lady Devi effect will turn on, which will allow them to pop the rookie possibly, or they might be looking to go with the Tactimon to pop the rookies. We'll have to see. Here we're going to see that Gabumon again. So many of those Gabumons. I think that's all 4 now. Here we see another Titamon come down. We'll see if this one sticks or not, though. Going to trash a card in hand. Goes for the Genkakumon Promote. And decides to go ahead and bring that one out. It has Rush, which is really great. We're going to see that Genkakumon trigger under that Titamon to give them 1 memory back. So that's the key play right there. You need a Genkakumon out to give you 1 memory back when you Evo into that Titamon. And then we're going to get that double draw off those Sunomons. Those Sunomons are so good. They're so much better than the Demi Mera. They are going to swing here and go ahead and eat that Valmon with Retaliation. Their board is still very solid, though. That's going to give them 10 in trash, though, which makes those Jackarades live. So going to go in a little bit of memory back off of that. Very interesting to see what they're going into here. Looks like another Genkakumon, so maybe possibly building up into another Titamon stack there in the future. Going to go ahead and swing with this promote before they pass turn. Just checks into a Wizardmon, nothing too crazy. And then we see another Lady Devimon come out. Just so much value going on. And again, as long as you're discarding some really good stuff, look, exactly. If you're discarding stuff like Skull Greymon, that is the third Skull Greymon I believe we've seen from Titamon at this point. So going to put that underneath the promote, so the promote survived the security check, and normally they'd be like, okay, well, they're going to swing over and kill it. Now, if they want to swing over that promote and clear it off field to, pull the numbers down, they're going to have to eat that retaliation there. And 6,000 DP takes a decent bit to get over. Here we finally do see the Tactimon come down, though, for a nice, quaint 3 memory, so not too bad here. Does decide to go ahead and swing here. Going to pop the rookie, so finally clear that Gazimon off field to start getting some value, hopefully. At least a little bit. And then going to see the block, I believe. Yeah, so there's a Wizardmon underneath there, a Lady Devi, Skull Greymon's under there. Lots of good stuff. I believe there's even a Tsukaimon down there, or a Sunomon, rather. So blocks it with that Retaliation Devimon. Like, oh, golly. Giving all your blockers essentially Retaliation is such a nightmare. Here we see the promote actually come down on the Wizardmon, which will make that Wizardmon live, potentially. 1 cost Evo, gives them a draw. They're going to be set with, you can't memory choke them anyway because they have the memory fixer Tamer. So here, it looks like Plutomon's in a pretty good position at this point. There's a little bit on the opposing field, but they've really come back and controlled it pretty nicely. They did have to lose their Tactimon in the process, but then we see Lilithmon drop. And once you see the Lilithmon drop, you should always be scared. So he's going to grab back both of those Jack Raids that he played earlier. Going to go ahead and slam that down. Lady Devimon is going to pop that Gazimon on field of her effect, and then the memory gain will then go off afterwards. Just absolutely disgusting combinations there. Promote's going to swing into security, dies on the Plutomon check there. Swings in with the Lilith, which will see the Gabumon trigger, so going to draw 1, discard 1 for that starter deck Gabumon. Discards a second promote. The Sunomon there will allow the draw. There is 2 Sunomon, so he gets 2 draws for that. Gains 1 memory for then Genkakumon for discarding. Look at that, just absolutely crazy inheritables. Hits into a mat though, nothing too crazy. So then swings in with a Gabumon. Looks like they're just kind of going for some big plays here. Checking into a Valmon, nothing too scary. Oh no, and then we see the Mega Fusion come down. So we see Zwart for free here. Absolutely terrifying. Now, the Lilithmon did swing already, so normally you think, alright, it's not the worst that could happen, right? But if you remember some of the discards earlier, going to trash a King Kakumon, though, which is kind of spicy in this exact situation. So it gets to bring out 2 8-cost or less, level 5 or lower, I believe, Digimon. So going to bring out 2 copies of Promote that both have Rush. Look at that, 1 security left. How much of a nightmare. Like, crazy plays. Like, just when you thought that Plutomon was about to make a little bit of a comeback, possibly, this craziness happens. Also, that Promote on play effect will grab back the Kinkakumon and Genkakumon and put it underneath, which will trigger the draw 1 and gain 1 memory, which is pretty nice. A little unnecessary, but, you can take what you can get. It swings into security here and then swings for game with that Promote. Just absolutely disgusting. A single card left in deck, by the way. At one point we checked, we both had like 15, 16 cards left, and both only had 2 cards or so in trash. The draw power in these decks and the control aspect is just utterly insane. When all your draw 1, discard 1s or draw X amount of cards and discards, when you're discarding like cards like Skull Greymon that don't actually go to the trash, they just go up underneath stuff as retaliation inheritables, it is truly absurd. Like I talked about earlier, one of my favorite plays, this goes for both decks, is when your opponent puts you at, about 3 or more memory, you can hard play that Labramon, draw one, discard a Skull Greymon, slap it underneath that Labramon, and then go Vilemon on top of it for for a blocker with retaliation. That stops Jesmon, ladies and gentlemen. That stops Jesmon. And like when I realized that, that completely blew my mind, because normally we stopped playing the 5,000 DP blockers because Jesmon's just going to pop them for free. So we went back to the 6,000 DP blockers because Jesmon couldn't kill them. And while Jesmon does have piercing, we were playing them because they needed to stick around to stop whatever final blow that Jesmon does. So Jesmon's going to swing twice, going to clear all your security, and then like a Goonimon's going to come down on top of their Tamer, swing for game, or you're going to see like a Blitz Omnimon come down and swing for game. And usually you want your 6K blocker to stop that swing, typically. But with this combo, you can block that very first Jesmon swing, and with that retaliation, you instantly kill that Jesmon before the piercing ever goes off. That is incredible, and that completely changed like my whole look on how purple is being played. I really kind of think that in a meta environment that's filled with Jesmon, that maximizing out on Skull Greymon is kind of might be a must. If you want to play purple in like a very competitive environment, and there's going to be a lot of Jesmon, I definitely would be looking at that combo very closely. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you would, please like the video and subscribe. Just a little bit of help goes a super long ways. It helps the channel out tremendously, gets my videos out there, gets them seen. And if you really, really want to support the channel, check out the links in the description below. I'll have a link for my Patreon, which is displayed right here. You can get access to my Discord server that I have, as well as you can get the memory markers that we've had. These are just a few of my favorites from the past that we've had. The current one, Impmon's baby, as well as Gabumon's baby as well, Sunomon and Yamon. These guys are super adorable. I definitely love them so much. And every month a new one changes out, so make sure you check that out. As well as we have our new playmats. This is why I recreated this video. It's because our playmats are here finally, and they are super cool. I alternate between the black and white every single month for whoever wants to support this tier, as well as I have a tier just higher than that, so that way you don't also have to lose out on a memory marker. You can get both the memory marker and the playmat just in case you want both. Super awesome support from everyone that has supported in the past and who will support in the future. You guys are awesome. Also, if you want to check out my merch, my Teespring link is in the description below for that. We've got the shirts that I wear on the channel that has the logo across. I love when I see people representing my merch in public. It is like one of the coolest feelings I've ever had in my entire life. Very, very awesome. As well as phone cases for you people that love Digimon like so much like I do. A friend of mine custom made all these to fit these specific phone cases themselves, so the prices are a little bit higher just because I have to pay her back, as well as make a little tiny bit of profit because of how much unfortunately they take for their cut for Teespring. But like I said, if you can't do any of that, please just like the video and subscribe to the channel. Every time we hit a new mile marker for subscriptions, I give out free merch of all different types. 2000K, I think we're doing one of the playmat giveaways. So definitely be subscribed and ready for when that comes.